So I'd leave it on shuffle when I started. Whatever song is playing is what is playing. All right. So I was thinking about the dynamics of, good morning. Celeste Silver Cord here, Cards and Coffee, and I actually have something on my mind this morning. And it's about the dynamics of the multiplayer games and like the PvP games. My family's really into World of Warcraft, and I've talked about this a little bit before, but there's different levels and variations of how people play. You know, when you're playing by yourself, you're just kind of running around, you're running the program, you're running, whatever quests that you got to do. And I've talked to my friends about that too, is that you can't skip the side quests either, because skipping the side quest, you usually need something on a side quest in order to achieve whatever end goal is anyway. Magical sword or whatever, to beat the big boss. You can't skip side quests either. But there's the different ways that you play with people. Like if you're playing with a group of people, my family, when we all play together, we're all in different parts of the world. We download into this one game, and then so while our characters are playing together, we have side boxes where people are talking to each other. I don't know if anybody remembers the AOL era with the chat rooms and then the things on the side. So you have one area of the game where all the players are in one spot together, and then everybody's in a side conversation over here, and they're running through the game. And there's multiple groups of these people doing this around the world. And those dynamics play out in the real world too. So you have your group that's playing one game together, and then you have all the outside characters that you interact with, whether they be part of the computer game or whether they're other players in the game too. And I was thinking about how that kind of played into like the dynamics of a bar situation. Like if you've ever been a bar goer, or just the different dynamics that play out. Like, if you're friends with the people who work at the bar, it's a different dynamic. Everybody's got their little side hustles going on. Everybody knows kind of what most of the people are doing. And then there's the outside players that are inside that are, I don't know. Is that making sense? What I mean by know your role too is, like in the case of World of Warcraft, everybody has their own specific skill. And this goes for like Dungeons and Dragons too. Everybody's got a certain set of skills and a certain job when you're doing things like running dungeons and things like that. Like, if you're a tank, it's your job to run up in front and take on all the hits and everything else and distract the enemy, while people that you got the tank, and then you got the mage who's in charge of making sure that everybody's health stays up. You got a person who's good with melee, short, close distance fight weapons, and they protect the mage. And then you have the casters that can cast from a distance, or the people with bow and arrows or whatever that cast from a distance. And everybody has a different role that they play. I don't know. It just got me really thinking how similar that game was to the bar that I used to hang out with my friends before I left Virginia. You had the hustlers at the pool table, you had the dancers, you had, the cocktail waitresses and everything. And everybody had their own job, right? And I hung out there. I always had a regular 9-to-5 job during the week. Like I worked at the Dollar Tree while they were all doing that. And I just hung out with them on the weekends. But the reason I was allowed to hang out at the bar, even though I didn't work there and I was under 21, over 18, but under 21, My hustle was to get people to spend money. Hang out at the pool table, get people to play into pool tables, keep them putting change in the pool tables. If nobody was sitting up at the stage, I'd go and sit up at the stage. The dancers would tip me, and then I would use that tips to throw them up on stage and usually coerce somebody into coming and sitting with me and throwing their money up. So everybody's playing a part in the game. How many, I guess, hustles or whatever. Everybody has like some sort of side hustle, as best I can figure it. My side hustle is to help everybody else with their side hustles. You can lure somebody onto the pool tables. Then the guys that hustle the pool tables got somebody to hustle. Let somebody to the stage, they got them somebody to hustle. And I just got a percentage of everybody else's hustle. Everybody's got a role or whatever. You do what you do to survive. It's not an ego thing. If you're going to play the multiplayer game, you have to be able to actually play with other players. I like Saturday mornings the most. Everybody sleeps in the longest. And I know I make no sense with the cards. I guess you can call me a chaos reader. Just deal out what comes out. Oh, is it the 15th too? Oh yeah, that's right. Official. I hope you guys are sleeping in. I hope you had fun last night. I know everybody's going through a lot. I'll say a thing too with those games is sometimes when you get to the big boss battle, you'll get like halfway through the fight and you'll technically have won. You all have done everything you were supposed to do. And then the game takes over and plays a set prepared reel where you lose the battle, pretty much. And the bad guy escapes. And they do that to prolong the game. It usually adds in, and then you got to buy another expansion pack or something like that. And that's the other thing. Every time the dynamic of the game, it's just a new expansion pack. Everybody fights change so hard. Oh no. I'm gonna do it, y'all, man. I know. I must be like the most boring person, but you know what? Those who get it, get it. You need to sit here. You really need to be placated. I don't know. I just can't be the clown. If that makes any sense. It just doesn't come. I don't know. It's not my persona. I'm a very sarcastic, funny. And I still get nervous doing this for some reason. I don't know. I just like face to face so much better. Alrighty. I like the overall message we got here. Still putting the pieces together. But you know what that has me thinking? I was thinking about one of my favorite equations is new things plus change equal new things. So fragmentation can be a bad thing if you're trying to just stitch yourself back together exactly how you were, or fragmentation can give you the opportunity to add something new, right? Queen of the world or queen of my world. You are in full control of you and your surroundings and your energy. I had a wicked lightning storm yesterday. It was at 5:55. Came in out of nowhere. It's time to seize on some power, guys, and draw in some energy. And understand that you don't need to draw it in from an outside source. You can be your own lightning. Because that's what's got you trapped. You got to be able to look in the mirror. Move forward. Give yourself time to recuperate and understand that you are getting messages fallen from heaven. Feathers, all that. Everything. The universe is trying whatever it can to guide you. If you believe it will send you messages, it will send you messages. That's how that works. But if you believe you are alone, then there will be no messages because you have erased being able to see them. Three of Swords. It's not easy untangling certain cords, but as tender as those nerves are, sometimes you need to start figuring out how to untangle them if Something is causing problems. The last card we got here is the Six of Pentacles, which is the generosity card, but this is being generous but being smart. Don't be so generous. If you can't pay your light bill, then you can't loan your neighbor money. Things like that. Be generous. Don't be stingy, but don't put yourself at a detriment for other people either. That's one thing I love about my one friend. She always has a side stash just in case someone needs it. If she knows somebody's struggling, she blows my mind with it. Four of Pentacles. And this deck, it says power, but it's usually about, building up your skills, trying to build something stable and secure. The solutions or excuses. And just like with this, solutions or excuses, you're going to find whichever one you're looking for. You're looking for an excuse, you'll have your excuses. You want a solution, you find your solutions. Sometimes accepting a defeat is a victory because it still brings peace. Sooner or later, someone's got to admit that they lost in order for the battle to be over. Ace of Pentacles, ground yourself. Ground yourself and don't allow whatever is going on to rock your entire world. I know that sounds difficult. With everything that went on for me last year, I still managed to do my full moon video every month. That was the one thing I promised myself that I would not bail out on. I did that, and I kept the silver cord stuff going. You can't let these things destroy your whole life every time. I don't know why I'm blue today. Queen of Swords. Mind your words. Just mind your words. Just be careful about everything you say. And trust me, I understand how hard that is. I am... There's a difference between an involved sign and an uninvolved sign, right? So an uninvolved Aries or fire sign, they lash out. They are not the Queen of Swords. They are the Princess of Swords, and they cut you all the time. And that's just the energy, But the Queen of Swords stops and thinks before she speaks. And it takes a long time to do that. You have to set your mind to wanting to do that to do it. This whole thing about I'm keeping it real with having a horrible personality, that's not keeping it real. You're not keeping it real. You're just being mean. There's a difference between telling hard truths and telling the truths and just being a vindictive bitch. Just saying. Probably a very specific message for somebody, but I'm sure someone will hear that and hit the dislike button. But they still needed to hear it. Difference between a hard truth and the other objective is Queen of Swords also doesn't get triggered when she hears a hard truth about herself. So we got the Tree of Life, true wisdom, and making good choices in life. Give yourself 1 second before you respond right away so that you can make a good choice. Mystic Star, harmony in the home and great friendships. I know it seems like the same cards every day. You guys watch me shuffle them. That's the goal, right? Harmony. Love charm. Attract a lover, a soulmate, or a life partner. You got to give the level of respect that you want. That is for sure. It's about finding harmony, guys. I mean, that's always been my thing. You know me, and I love music, so it's all about harmony. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be music, but like when you're playing a video game or, or the game, the objective is to find games and play games that everybody has fun playing. And games like World of Warcraft and PvP games are especially designed that you need other players in order to beat the game. You need them. You can't beat the game on your own. You need all the dynamics, the tank up front, the person who protects the magician. You need all of that. You need the thief, the rogue. You need one of every different elements. And then also remember that you do still have those who choose to play the Horde. And now I never played the Horde side of WoW. The only ones I played was the gnomes and the worgans. But, people did come to play the other side of the game. All right, if you guys enjoyed it this morning, please like, share, subscribe, spank my bell, all that good stuff. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Blessed be all those who walk these paths with me. I love y'all, and I'll talk to you later.